What's up, Ram fans? Welcome to the semester closing edition of CTV Sports. In case you don't know by now, I'm Madeline Davis.
And for any of our newbies, I'm Leah Cackowski. Here's what we have on tap for you tonight.
Multiple CSU sports continue to make history, including a brand new AP ranking for men's basketball.
A few not-so-sports fanatics answer some technical questions, while Ella quizzes us on some athletic trivia.
And lastly, we argue for one last time on our favorite segment, Hot or Not.
All of that and more only on CTV Sports, which starts right now.
Hey Ram fans, it's Nolan Tuebel, and how about them Buffs? I mean duds. Excuse me, I meant to say fire up those grills because we have plenty of leftover buffalo meat. You want a thigh, a hoof, maybe a rib? Sorry Ralphie, this past week the Rams were hungry. But don't worry, you can always hold your wrist to the sky, shake your imaginary watch, and try to pretend the CSU Rams didn't just wave your way back to Boulder with, you guessed it, a big ol' L. Now, enough of me talking, let's just roll the tape.
Tonight, CU's key player, KJ Simpson, their point guard, definitely up and coming. We have a fifth-year point guard. He's going pro, so I'm hoping Zay can show him some things. We'll see, though. Look at the backcourt. Look at Memba tonight. Cartier's out. I don't know if Lake's playing. It's going to be a good one, though. Whoever gets more rebounds.
I think we need to shut down Eddie Lampkin. He's our center. He's a big dude. He's like 7 foot and he's like 250. So shut him down, we'll be fine.
Here's the thing. We're like number 8 in the nation in transition D. We don't let them shoot the ball from the three-point line. We also got a deep bench. You've never seen a team come out here and put so many players in the game.
All we need to do to beat CU is keep our good ball movement and just drive in the paint, baby.
Tonight, we just got to shut down their 5-star they got, and then we're going to get the win.
It's going to be a close one. Yeah, over-under's 148, so you expect teams in the 70s. I expect each team to be 70s. Final score, 78-74 CSU.
I think it's either CSU wins by 15 plus or it's going to be a 2-point game. So something like that.
Nothing feels better than beating the Buffs, except for maybe one thing, and that's being nationally ranked. But I'll throw it over to Leah to fill us in on the monumental season CSU is having.
There are 4 important numbers to keep in mind for the day. 7, 8, 12, and 13. Yes, I know, pretty random, but these are absolutely significant because CSU men's hoops are 7th in overall net ratings for all of college basketball, hold an 8-game undefeated win streak, are 12th in the nation for the coaches poll, and 13th for the AP poll. This is the highest this squad has ever been ranked. The last time the Rams broke the ranking records was all the way back in 1954, coming in at 18 for the AP poll. The only time they had ever been ranked in the teens. The last record for the coaches poll was just in 2022, and the net rating, or NCAA evaluation tool, may be one of the most important factors into play as well, because this is used highly by the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee, as it gathers the formula used to rank a team based on 2 factors. The first being the Team Value Index, which is based on results for beating quality opponents, and then second as the adjusted net efficiency, so being flexible based on location and strength of opponent. This is the highest CSU has ever been ranked at number 7. And this is due to the fact of 4 wins over high major opponents, with 3 of them being at neutral sites. And what was the most recent, you may ask? None other than the dub over UW in Sin City. The Green and Gold defeated the Washington Huskies over the weekend with a scrappy 86-81 score. And it took everything they had to get there. Because honestly, it was a pretty slow start in the first half. This was the first time the Rams got on the board from a foul on Josiah Strong. And honestly, from there, Washington had a pretty good start. They have a lot of height on this roster. And this is going to be the last time we see Isaiah Stevens for a while. He got into some really early foul trouble. And all right, this is where it gets a little controversial. You see here, Nee Clifford is about to set up for the screen, and bam! There goes down Braxton Maya. And if we look at the replay a little bit closer, we can see that as Clifford comes in, it looks as if he hits him in the groin, and they looked over this for a while, and it led to a flagrant. He was ejected for the rest of the game. This was a really big deal because Clifford is a huge asset. Isaiah Stevens coming back late in the first half to get the last points for the Rams there. And again, it's just a constant battle going into the second. Boom, bang 3 from Stevens right here. And honestly, he just was on from this point. Bam, Joe Palmer coming in when the moment needed him the most. And honestly, Washington kept answering. Look at that toss-up for the dunk right there. Joel Scott, huge 3. Only a minute left in the game. You can see everybody's getting hyped up. They knew how big that was to get the lead. And this is actually the last time we're going to see the Huskies score with a huge 3 right there. But again, the game is not over yet. Rams are up by 2, pressing so hard right now on Scott. Only 29 seconds left. The toss to Joe Strong, and oh my gosh, he gets hit really hard right here. We found out today that this actually led to a 6-week injury on his hand, but he kept pushing through. He had the last word for the Rams at this game. They won 86-81, and this was also the 100th win for Nico Medved as a coach. This team has showed they will put everything they have on the court despite all odds. It's scary how good we've seen them play when they're on, but even more so with the amount of depth on this roster. Starting with the starters, they continue to put up their fair share of buckets, with Joel Scott being the leader of the pack, having 17 points and 8 rebounds. Josiah Strong was right behind him, as well as per usual center Patrick Cartier, returning from a back injury even though he did not start. It wouldn't be right to not mention the second straight Mountain West Player of the Week award, and that's of course the GOAT, Isaiah Stevens. Stevens continued to do his thing despite getting into foul trouble early in the first half, putting up 12 points and 5 assists. What was most impressive was the contribution of the bench. This all-around team win really showed how much depth the Rams have, with players like Kyan Evans and Joe Palmer coming in exactly when the moment is right. Rashawn Bemba has played into his role well, coming in center as well. But again, this win was scrappy nonetheless. The Clifford ejection, Zay's foul trouble, and the loss of 6-man Jalen Lake for the next month due to a broken finger are just a few obstacles the Rams had to face. And they still found a way. The Huskies bested the Green and Gold with 3-pointers, but that was it. CSU continued to dominate in the paint and won the free throw contest as well. It was still a battle, though, with the lead changing a whopping 15 times. Wow. It's so fun to have the basketball buzz back in Fort Collins. Who knows, maybe another tournament run is in the horizon. But stick around because we will be discussing the rest of the year's schedule shortly.
Women's swim took a trip to the Midwest to compete in the Iowa Invite this past weekend, where they placed 3rd. The team continued their streak of breaking records with 4 more Rams breaking into the top 10. The most successful Ram of the day was sophomore Lexi Tritley, who took home the gold in the 100-yard freestyle with a time of 49.76 to earn herself the 2nd best time in the Mountain West this season. In the 2 events prior, CSU got 2 second-place finishes, with Maya White in the 1650 freestyle and Tess Weinwright in the 200 backstroke. The team placed 3rd overall with a total of 528 points. This is what Coach Christopher Woodard had to say about the meet. "We showed up. The energy was higher, the performances were better, and they rallied around each other." The Rams now have a bit of a break in action before their next meet in Florida after the holiday break.
The indoor track season has begun, and let me tell you, the Rams made a statement at the Mines Alumni Classic down in Golden. The first day already consisted of breaking records, as junior Maya Lenzar now holds the all-time shot put mark for CSU of 18.5 meters. The record was previously held by current senior Gabby Morris. Michaela Hawkins also placed second for the day with shot put with an impressive 15.74 meters. Redshirt freshman Kyle Bigley got first on the podium for men's shot put as well, and the long jump category did not disappoint either, with Pinnock and Demble placing second. Day 2 was just as amazing because Tyler Cole tied the school record for men's indoor 60-meter dash at 6.63 seconds. The last time that was accomplished was back in 2005 by John Woods. Cole Norman made his way up to the first on podium as well with a time of 8.03 in the men's 60-meter hurdles. Sierra Haberman took the lead in women's high jump with a height of 1.64 meters, and Lenzar and Hawkins continued to dominate in the women's weight throw, getting first and second place. Next up for the Green and Gold will be over the weekend as they travel down to the Springs to compete in the Air Force Holiday Open on December 8th, as well as the UCCS pre-holiday invite.
It's no secret that Rams basketball is playing well. In fact, so well that they're ranked number 13 in the entire country. And while the hype is definitely real, there is still a long season to go. So let's take a look at what I think the key games for CSU will be in the remainder of the season. So the first win that CSU has to get, in my opinion, is coming up very soon. On Saturday, in fact, when they take on St. Mary's. This is a team that they have beaten the past 2 seasons, but is a consistent tournament team. They're in a not-so-great WCC. They're always competing with Gonzaga. They've even beaten Gonzaga the past 2 seasons, which is crazy to think about. Right now, they're sitting at 3-5. They're struggling a little bit. They've struggled against the Mountain West. They have taken an L to Boise and San Diego State, but they did beat New Mexico. The next game that CSU, I think, has to win is one of their first road games of the season. It's against Utah State. This is the second game in conference play. Utah State is playing way better than we expected. They're 7-1 and only have 1 loss to Bradley, which did come in overtime. That is a huge win if the Rams can get that. The next game they play is on January 9th. It's on the road once again at Boise State. This is a big one. Boise is a tough place to play. They should be good. They're struggling a bit now, but who knows? They struggled a bit in non-conference 2 years ago and then absolutely dominated in conference play, so we'll see what happens there, but that is a big one if CSU can come away with the dub. Then the next one, you know, they will have to go to Viejas at some point. I am kind of expecting an L to the Aztecs in that game, but it is huge. It is so important that CSU comes home with the dub at home. I mean, I guess they don't have to come home with it. Just keep it at home, basically, is what I'm saying here. They have to win over San Diego State at least once. And then they have to go down to New Mexico. Viejas Arena in the Pit. Notoriously the 2 most difficult places to play in the Mountain West. Honestly, in all of college basketball, they have to take the dub in the Pit if they want to have a successful season. That is a huge one. And then one of their final games is Nevada at CSU. I think they play Nevada in Nevada a little earlier in the season. This is at the end. Nevada always comes here and plays a tough game. CSU has to be able to close that out in order to maintain what they're doing and maintain this incredibly high level of play. So when you're looking at the schedule, what do you see?
Again, right now we are going on an unbelievable run. To have an 8-0 start on the year against not just average teams, ranked teams is absolutely huge. I mean, hey, we are 13th in the country for a reason at this point, but you know what? We have a very tough conference.
We do.
A very tough conference, but I'm not going to underestimate us at the same time. I just hope we can stay consistent with this. Like you said, San Diego State's going to be a tough one.
San Diego State is always tough.
They're going to be tough. We get to play them home first, which is good, and then travel to Viejas. Like, again, so notorious there. That energy, oh my gosh, in their stadium, it's massive there. They always have fans go out. It's a big deal. But at the same time, I think we got this. I think our conference is going to be really tough. Boise and San Diego State.
It is.
Really big foes. Nevada is going to be a big one.
If you look at the Mountain West and the net rankings right now, they have 5 teams within the top 64, which would technically be the 64 tournament teams.
Yes, which is unbelievable. And again, the Mountain West has been really, really on the past, I want to say, 3 to 4 years with that having teams consistently being ranked, being in the top at least 64 for that matter, going to the tournament. But I really hope that we're making some noise in this conference. They didn't know what was going to happen with us this year with Isaiah Stevens coming back.
We were picked pre-season 5th.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought it was 3rd. It's even worse than I thought.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was 5th.
So, and I think we're going to win the whole thing. I think it's between us and San Diego State.
Yeah,
if we're going to be
it's going to be a tough one.
Yes.
Mountain West, they call it a mid-major, but they're, in my opinion, better than a mid-major.
I can't agree more. That could be a whole other discussion.
Yeah. The Mountain West is no joke when it comes to basketball. It's going to be a fantastic season. And honestly, I hope for success for everyone.
I do too. Hey, good buzz from Mountain West is always good buzz.
Exactly.
But when we come back from the break, Rams, some live trivia and, of course, Hot or Not occurs.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy. Ugh, my bad. Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, a fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Welcome back from the break, Ram fans. I'm your sports producer, Ella Fredrikson. Now, commonly here at CTV and frankly everywhere we go, non-sports fans often refer to the technical terminology as another language. So I just had to talk to some non-sports fans and ask them questions about athletics. I don't even know what sport we're talking about.
Football.
Back, Jacobs gets it and scores. Touchdown, Giants.
In the world of sports, there are dozens of complicated rules, technicalities, and exceptions that make it incredibly difficult to follow. Those who are not so familiar with these complexities sometimes refer to them as gibberish or impossible to understand. So with that being said, I decided to take some of my friends who are not so confident in their knowledge and throw questions at them that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. How many backwards throws is the defense allowed in 1/4 of an NFL game? 3. 2. Why? I don't know.
Backward throws. I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I'm guessing 5.
1/4 of an NFL game.
1.
How many extra runs is it worth when a player steals home base?
I'm not really much of a baseball guy, I kind of stick to football mainly.
So if you just had to take a guess, how many extra runs is it worth when a player steals home?
Say 1.
One extra run?
Yeah.
2. I don't know. How many extra runs is it worth when a player steals home base? How many extra runs?
Okay, this is baseball, right?
Baseball.
1? No, I take it back. 3.
Hockey from 6 periods of 10 minutes to 3 periods of 20.
I want to say it had something to do with people were getting too angry in 10 minutes and beating each other up.
Okay.
I feel like that's not right based on the response you just gave. To keep their flow going.
3 periods, it's a better number. Nobody wants to watch 6 periods of a game. It's 3 periods, that's a good number. You got the first, you got the second, you got the third. Not 6 of them, right? It's kind of too much,
Stupid.
Yeah.
How many steps are you allowed to take before traveling without the basketball?
3, I think. Isn't it 3? When you're in the box, you can take 3. 1, 2, 3, layup.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a tough one. I guess I'm 2.
2.
Three.
Similar to birdie and eagle, what does the term turkey mean in golf?
Turkey. I don't know, like a par or something.
Par?
Yeah.
Par flat?
Par flat, yeah.
Turkey. Like a really far hit. I have no idea. It has to do with being either over or under par, a certain number.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, can you define birdie and eagle for me?
No. Isn't birdie like, I don't know.
Give me a guess. Birdie and eagle in golf, what do they mean?
A far hit.
Okay, so what is the scale?
Of what?
You know, you're saying, birdie, eagle, and turkey are all far hits, right?
I feel like it goes birdie, turkey, eagle.
Okay, and what is the distance?
75, 100, and 200 square feet.
When the ball rolls a lot.
El Mago indeed.
As someone who is familiar with the rules, I had a blast doing my best asking them the most horrifying, confusing questions. But that's not all. After the break, I ask my anchors some real trivia questions to see how their knowledge stacks up. Stick around.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60. 2 over 50. 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Once again, Ram fans, welcome back from the break. Now, in my opinion, I don't think we create enough competition on this show, and that is exactly what I am here to do. After each question, every single anchor is going to write down their answer and share what they think. The winner will be decided by who earns themselves the most points by the end of the questions. How are you guys feeling about your odds tonight?
I'm either doing amazing or I'm doing horrible. One or the other.
Yeah. I'm not a trivia gal, really.
It really depends on the questions.
Well, you guys sound confident as ever, so there's no reason to waste time anymore. Let's just get into it. Question number 1. Okay, you guys are writing down your answer. In inches, what is the diameter of a standard basketball hoop?
Wait, I think I... What is the diameter? Is that across? Yes, because circumference is all the way around.
All right, flip them.
Okay, 12 inches, because that's a foot, and that just seems right, I guess.
I said 16 inches.
13.
I said 10.
Okay, so unfortunately, 4 out of 4 of our sports anchors got it incorrect. Oh no! The correct answer for question number 1 was 18 inches.
Oh man, I was close.
18 inches.
We had the right idea. I was close.
That was just a warm up. That was just a warm up.
Okay, just a warm up. All right.
Okay. Question number 2. What is the national sport of our neighbor country, Canada?
I feel like it should be a gimme, but I don't know. You might try to be tricking me.
Okay.
All right, flip your boards once you have your answers.
Okay, if it's not hockey, it got to be what?
I said lacrosse.
Nick?
Syrup eating?
Nick, you are the only one.
I knew it. Would it be lacrosse?
I knew that somebody was going to write hockey. I just wasn't expecting it.
No, you went to Dakota Ridge. You're not from Canada.
How did you know that?
Lacrosse, yeah. I forget that sport even exists.
Okay. I don't know if you guys are ready for this one.
Curling.
So just give me your
Clearly not.
I need to get a point.
Your best guess. Nick has 1 point. Everybody else, 0. Okay. How many dimples does an average golf ball have?
Dimples. Okay.
How many dimples does an average golf ball have?
No, that seems too many.
I'll give you a hint. It is more than 12.
Oh, well then.
Okay.
All right, you guys. 5, 4,
I feel like,
3,
okay.
2, 1. Flip them.
I said 105.
I said 45.
I said 30, 36.
I said more than 399.
Well, you got it wrong.
Nick, can you repeat your answer for me?
More than 399.
More than 399. Leah, can you repeat your answer for me?
I said 45.
So we've got a large range of guesses here, none of which are correct in case you guys were wondering. The correct answer was 336 dimples.
Oh my gosh.
That's way
That
more
is-
than I thought.
How is that even
so
possible?
small.
Okay, next question. You guys might have better luck with this one. It's a smaller number.
Okay.
In meters, how long is an Olympic-sized swimming pool? In meters, this one is not in inches, by the way.
Oh no.
In meters?
I don't know. Meters.
How many inches is in a meter?
How many yards? Wait,
Yeah, how many yards are in a meter? There's
Four.
3. Okay, wait.
2.
I was never taught the metric
1.
system.
Same.
Wait,
Flip
no.
them. How
I
many
need
meters?
I need to do
Yeah, it's done. It's done. Write your meters.
I don't know. Nolan?
16 meters? I don't
16?
know. I don't know.
Wait.
Madeline, you can't change it.
150 yards.
150. Leah, what was your
Wait,
answer?
I don't know. Okay, wait.
Nick?
Wait.
I said 12.
Okay.
A swimming pool is 50 yards long, and there's 3 meters in a yard. So I think it's 150 meters.
But guess
Okay.
what? It was asked for,
Now,
150
by
meters?
some
Okay.
grace of an angel controlling the hand that wrote this number on the whiteboard, Leah Cackowski got it right with 50 meters. I don't know how she managed that one
Nick,
by
I'm
any
coming
means,
for
but
you
she
now.
I need a point.
Okay, are you guys ready for the next question?
Kind of.
I was going to say
I don't know. I
50,
think it's
but
a
then I was
fluke.
like, no, that's.
What is the only sport to ever be played on the moon?
Oh.
What?
No, I heard about this in elementary school.
What?
Uh,
A sport is played on the moon? There's like 7 people who have ever been to the moon. Neil
5,
Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin
4,
were like playing basketball.
3, 2, 1. Flip them.
Space Jam.
I'm saying basketball.
Basketball.
I said golf.
Golf.
I
Okay.
said football.
Football.
Oh, it's not football.
Hey man, we were the first on
The
the
correct
moon.
answer was written by Nolan himself. Golf.
Exactly.
I guess.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have Nick with 1 point, Leah with 1 point, Nolan with 1 point, and Madeline with a goose egg. Okay.
I can't lie. I'm enjoying these questions.
Next
Same.
question.
These are
This
very-
one's kind of a long one, you guys. Okay, so
I
pay
think these are
attention.
good.
There is only one athlete to hit an MLB home run and score an NFL touchdown in the same week. Oh, I know this. He is the same athlete who is the only person ever to play in both the World Series and the Super Bowl. Who is this man?
Can I show it now?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Flip your whiteboards.
Deion Sanders.
Prime time! Woo, prime time!
Oh my God,
Tebow?
oh my God, I heard about this.
It's either between.
I didn't think that was that out of the park.
It's between Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders, and Nick chooses to.
Hey, man.
So made it to the MLB.
He barely made it to the NFL. The man we talk about almost every week, Nick was unaware he had such a great history to him. So that means Madeline, Leah, and Nolan all receive a point.
Nolan.
At least I got a
Okay,
point.
Leah and Nolan are currently tied, which means I have to pull out the tiebreaker question for the winner of trivia. Tiebreaker today. Freshman year of high school, I peaked in softball.
Oh my God, Ella.
How many triples did I hit in 2018 softball season? How many triples did I hit? Okay.
What grade were you?
She was a freshman in high school.
Keep in mind, I will take great offense if the number is too low.
She was probably
Might
on
deduct
JV,
some
so.
points.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, flip
I
them.
said
4.
I said 4.
I said 3.
I said 3.
Was it 8?
Guys.
Was it one?
Correct answer. 19 triples. I will say my conference was not very good
What teams were you
whatsoever.
playing?
Yeah, not very good with this one. Okay. First one to answer will be the winner. I don't care about points anymore. What is my favorite MLB baseball team?
The Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Red
Leah
Sox.
Cackowski, everybody! Well, Rams,
This is
that
rigged.
is all of the trivia I've got for you tonight, and we've got to take another break. But don't go anywhere just yet. When we come back, they have some burning hot takes to unpack with each other.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl? You cool?
Bug and dog.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
What's up, Ram fans? I've got some good and bad news for you. Bad news is that it's time for our very last segment of Hot or Not this semester. But good news, though, we've got some incredibly hot takes for you today. I'll take one for the team and start things off. So, a couple years ago, you avid CTV watchers out there might remember one of my hottest takes of all time, that basketball shouldn't be an Olympic sport. Well, oh boy, do I have a hotter take for you tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to come out and say what everyone thinks all the time. Football shouldn't exist.
Like entirely.
Yeah, they should just get rid of it.
Like wiped off the face of the earth.
Yes. Yeah. American football.
I was
Let
gonna
me
say,
let me say.
football, like,
Let me
soccer
rephrase that.
football.
American football as in like throwing the little oblong ball with the big helmet.
Pigskin
So
should
like
never
the
exist.
sport we're known for,
Yeah.
like flick
just-
like a bug.
Yes, just should not
That
exist.
is crazy.
Yeah,
I would love to hear why.
Okay, one, it's boring. Two,
Don't you watch baseball?
I do. I love baseball. It's the most exciting sport of all time. Never stops. Football stops all the time. Number two, there are way too many injuries in this sport. Everyone is hurt all the time, and the guys who are in it, they just get dumber by the day. It's so sad.
I will argue in baseball there are a lot of injuries too. I mean, I don't think the Yankees can ever stay healthy, and I don't think they ever will.
And it's like if they're injured enough, they can leave.
Yeah,
Like
but
this
do
is
that.
all their consent to
Yeah,
play,
it's
to
their
go get
discretion.
hurt, to get on the field, to lace up, to potentially get a concussion, to potentially break some bones. Like
I don't know.
I want to. Please NFL, don't get rid of football.
We're
For the
begging
love
you.
of- please don't take away football. I mean, when did this start? Did any moment cause this kind of hatred towards the sport, or just since the dawn of time?
Probably, since I was little and every Sunday I wanted to avoid the living room because anytime the Broncos scored a touchdown, my dad would scream, "Touchdown Broncos!" And I thought that was irritating. So.
I actually can, having the red zone on from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. does get a little tiring, in my opinion, when you want to hang out with your friends and that's all they want to do. What if I want to go on a hike or
I
go
wake
get lunch
up in
or
the
something?
morning for red zone, Leah. That's
Exactly.
the reason
I
I'm
like the
still
red zone, but not
around.
all day. Like, I like watching, my team.
Commercial-free football.
Commercial-free
It is commercial-free football. I like football on your phone. You can wear it in your pants a little more with Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. That commercial
That's a
tops
good
it for
pick.
me. But, wow, Madeline, I didn't know you were such a hater of football this whole time.
I don't know. I'm just here to bring the hot takes.
Okay, you know what? But, like, I give you props for giving a very, very,
I was good.
very
Yeah,
hot take.
I'm not. Who knows if I actually agree with this or not? Maybe I lie all the time.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Now that would be a bold statement as reporters. No,
I'm just kidding.
But I mean, although that's pretty bold of you, Madeline,
I've heard you have a pretty bold one too.
I think I have something a little better.
Oh.
And something kind of up your alley on the terms of baseball. When you all think of the greatest team, who do you think of?
The 2017 Dodgers.
Okay. Do you guys have a team in mind at all?
Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Okay. That's fair.
Oh, like the greatest sports team of all
Sorry,
time?
I
Or
was going to
baseball
phrase that better. I guess technically this could go hand in hand. I was talking specifically baseball, but that is a very...
The 2017 Dodgers.
For me...
There will not be a team better than that.
1998 New York Yankees.
Okay, of course you were going to say that.
Come on now. Core 4. All right. And here's one of the reasons I absolutely have to argue this, because everyone's like, oh, the Yankees pay all this money.
Name the amount of games you watched this season.
I mean, I wasn't born.
Exactly.
But I did watch the entire Captain documentary.
Okay,
that went through the entire thing. And I have a dad born and raised from Staten Island, so I hear about it on a day-to-day basis. But it is statistically correct, though. They have the most wins in baseball that year ever by any team. 125. I believe the Rockies had 100 losses last year. So this is a pretty hot take because, yeah, one of the other teams that, like, all of sports usually ground is like the 1927 Yankees, because that was with Babe Ruth and all that. But think about this. Think about it. The core 4, they were all homegrown Yanks, brought up through the minor leagues, through the Yankees. They weren't just bait off.
How many of them were cheating?
I don't think any of them I know there was a unanimous Hall of Famer, Mariano Rivera. The only to come close to that was Derek Jeter with 1 vote he didn't get. So I think that this is the greatest team of all time. And I mean, hey, you can agree with me on this, and I put this in here just for you. They beat the Padres, Madeline. They swept them in the World Series that year. So you can agree with me on this one.
I do love anything that involves the Padres.
I mean, Tino Martinez, David Cone, Paul O'Neill, all right. They did trade for them. They did pay a lot of money. But Jeter, Posada, Pennant, come on, Bernie Williams. My first dog was named Bernie. So, and all of our pets are named, we have a kid, right, or not a kid, he's basically a kid, our dog, who's like a small child, we call him the kid. His name's Mo. So, I don't know what else to say. Reggie Jackson, Reggie is our other dog. So, and it's all about this 1998 New York Yankees that will forever be one of the greatest teams of all time. And the Bulls won that year too, 1998. That was their three-peat that year.
All I have to say is I don't think you watched the 2017 Dodgers. That was the greatest baseball team I think we'll ever see.
They didn't win, though.
Yeah. No, but why didn't they win? Because the Astros were cheating, so.
That's actually, I will agree with you. I can hate on that.
I'll just go ahead and say 07 Rockies. And although I don't agree with you, Leah, I might have one that I think you guys might have some disagreements with. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Wayne Gretzky is not only the greatest hockey player of all time, but he is the greatest athlete to ever play any sport.
Okay.
And by a very, I'm not talking small margin. I'm talking he's better than LeBron, better than Jordan, better than any athlete ever.
Wow.
By a very large margin.
Are you related to him, or what's the
only?
There's just no way. There's no way.
Okay, who do you think?
Over MJ? Over LeBron?
Yes.
Over Isaiah Stevens?
Over Isaiah Stevens.
Guys.
I honestly, I don't know if I can fully agree with you here, but I'm more on your side than I'm on their side.
Yeah.
Because
who do you think? Who do you think?
Yuzuru Hanyu.
Who? That's how.
Yuzuru Hanyu, he was a figure skater.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
any sport that involves skating has the best athletes because
hockey,
that is the hardest thing you can do.
Yeah.
Hockey is by far the hardest out of the 4 major sports. I have incredible respect for anyone who plays hockey. I skated for a very long time. I know how difficult that is. You do not have the time to do anything else, and to be that good at hockey, you have to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
so I'm more on his side than I'm on your side.
Let's look at tennis. You're by yourself. You play 4 tournaments a year. You're overworking your body,
Yeah.
and all the attention's on you. No, you don't get help from your teammates.
No.
You don't get to pass the puck. It's you hitting every single
exactly.
ball. So Roger Federer, better.
That's why I think Yuzuru Hanyu is the greatest athlete.
Well, hitting
of all time.
baseball
Because that's
also.
figure skating.
Derek Jeter is one of the best athletes of all time as well.
Yeah, okay.
Hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do.
I also think Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani is probably the greatest baseball player to ever live.
Yeah, he is.
I was just on my Yankees run, so I kind of had to.
No, I am more with you than I am with them.
Okay.
Okay. You're right. Yeah.
Well, I think it's my turn to finish things out, and I don't know if you guys are ready, but I think the NFL should ban slow-mo replays. Because the game wasn't meant to, like, the game was not made for technology like that. It causes corruption. It causes, like, fights. Like, if they don't get it right, then that's what happens. That's sports. You don't go back to a booth and watch 15 videos of slow-mo from every angle. It's just not how sports works. So
you think the refs should just make the call based on like?
No, I think there should be replay, but they shouldn't take 3 minutes and two commercial breaks watching 100 slow-mo videos to determine that.
I think they should get rid of penalties because every time I watch a football game, it's because they're constantly blowing their whistles. So that's
why it's
more
boring.
boring.
That's why it's boring. Let's just make this rugby, make it a free-for-all. There are no rules in that sport. You can do whatever you want.
It's just MMA with pads. Yeah.
I think that's crazy. There's a lot of other sports that use replay. Think about, I think of baseball. I think of another Yankees moment where the home run, he reaches over the fence, and it was interference, and that was the 90s, and they couldn't see it.
I have a question for you, Nolan. You're a tennis guy as well.
Yes.
What do you feel about, like, Hawkeye?
But Hawkeye isn't watching slow-mo. It's not watching multiple angles.
But it's still like a replay. It's still a challenge.
But it's a replay that takes 2 seconds, and it's just a computer system that's a graphic. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing, you're done.
I guess. Okay. Do you think that there's a way that they can make it like computer generated in football where it always gets it right?
That would be
so AI
better. There'd be less.
Umpires, and now they're gonna go referees, AI refs.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Yep. If the world comes to that, that's going to be, I mean, hey, we never know.
I was going to say it might.
They're tested there. It's already in the minors.
I was going to say, testing robo-umps.
Yeah.
I'm kind of here for the robo-umps. I'm here for a Hawkeye system in baseball. You get 3 challenges.
Yeah. That could work.
You get 3 robo-ump challenges.
I like that.
That's a conversation for another time. But that's what I feel. And although we wish Hot or Not was never ending, and honestly, we could go on forever, as you saw right there. I think that's a good spot to conclude it for the night. And well, the semester. Thank you guys for joining us these last few months. Have a great holiday season, stay safe, and we'll see you next year.